This is the most important scouting decision.
Yep.
There is a difference between not playing well and can't play well anymore.
That's true.
And it's a huge difference. And that is ultimately that has to be determined here. And, I'll give you a couple of examples of like pillars of the organization. One forward, one defenseman. John Tavares and Morgan Riley. Are they just not playing well because the schedule, it's an awful year, everything is falling apart, maybe they're dealing with some injuries, and it's like, I can trust them that they'll get better, or can they just not do it anymore? Because if it's the latter, you have a big problem.
Correct.
You have a huge problem because they're both locked in, they both have no movement clauses, and it's likely going to get worse. And that's where the trouble starts in the future, right? Like right now, we're just getting going. I just had a chat with Doogie. I'm like, Doogie, you've never dealt with this before. Like, buckle up, dude. You've never done a 29-game grind to the finish. We used to do that in our sleep 15 years ago, right? When this station launched.
We had arguments about Leo Komarov. Remember Leo Komarov Leo Komarov was an all-star, and I remember saying, I think he's a third-line winger. And Leafs Nation came after me saying, like, how dare you? Like, that's the thing.
But the point is, there was a time where it was like, you got to get really creative here because the games aren't going to mean that much, and
that's fair.
If they don't have their pick, it's really going to be a punch in the face. It's going to be an earthquake. If they hand over the 6th or 7th or 8th pick overall to Boston and they don't even have their first-round pick at the end of this rainbow that you can look to, right? And that's another story that we can get to. But, at the end of the day, they need to make that determination. Is Jake McCabe is he a 5 now? Is that what it is? Is there a scenario where is Nick Waugh a part of the future? I don't know.
Yeah.
And these are all questions. You're not going to get answers today or tonight or tomorrow or between now and the Olympic break. But it's imperative they get them right. They've got to get the answers right, because if you get them wrong and you say, you know what, crazy, chalk it up to a crazy year, and it's not a crazy year, it's actually just the beginning of more erosion, it'll be worse next year.
Yeah.
And then the year after that.
Brian. Yeah, yes, realistic, Brian.
It's pivotal. They get it right. The evaluation of who they have, what they need, and it's got to be a quick pivot. It's not easy work. It's not easy because Buffalo's not stopping. Detroit's not stopping. Those teams are not going to slow down and let the Leafs catch up.
Saying it's a crazy year is just another version of writing a letter to your fans. I think it's just a cop-out. Why isn't it a crazy year for the Colorado Avalanche?
Carolina's doing it again, and Tampa's doing it again.
Yeah, it's just like, it's also what it was just this year was crazy for us.
I hear you.
Yeah. I think it's just a cop-out, man. Like, it's just do not ignore what you're seeing out there. And if you think somehow you could get this group of players on the ground and give it CPR in the summertime and they're going to be back to life next year, I can't see how anyone in this industry would think that. I really can't.
No, I don't. To be clear, I don't know.
I don't either.
I think they need to really figure this out. And listen, I don't love, we'll play the Berube clip. Why don't we play it on the defense and the goaltender? Here's what Craig said after the game about what needs to be cleaned up.
What did I learn about him?
Yeah.
Well, that we gotta keep the puck out of our net is what I learned, and we didn't do that here at home, other than the Detroit game. It's the only game we did. But until we decide to do things right and keep the puck out of our net, and that's the goalies included, this is what you're going to get. We scored enough goals on this homestand to win games, but we didn't keep the puck out of our net. Until you want to keep the puck out of your net, and that's a couple things: managing the game, puck play, don't give odd man rushes up, defend harder than we are, more desperation in defending, and goalies stop the puck. That's it.
They've decided that they don't want it. Like, they're not into that. Like, we're in getting close to February here. A coach should not be asking for that type of stuff now. That's enough. They just decide that they want to wheel and deal, and they're going to try to win it that way, and that's what they do. So,
but also maybe they can't.
Meetings. They had meetings after meetings. Like the coaches tried all these different things. Didn't yesterday we talk about how they had a leadership meeting? They might have had closed-door meetings and stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, Buffalo's a good team. We saw it. They're a fast team. They've got skill. They might be the Leafs from 3-4 years ago. Like, that's the way I looked at it. Like, that team, looking at that team last night, that Buffalo team's got a few guys that really can dominate play, and they've got speed, and they play, and the goaltender makes saves. I don't know what Craig was trying to say last night. Like, read between the lines, or just is it simple as we're not defending well enough and our goalies aren't making saves?
Well, I mean, it's just such a – to me, like, it's an empty calorie statement in a way. Like, obviously you want to defend more, but you're 53 games in. And again, it's like, can they? Like,
yeah, maybe they're just not good enough. I said it last
night.
I said it last night about the Rangers when they wheeled through town, Hayes. It's like they were garbage. They couldn't. And I'm like, maybe they're just not a good team. And that's maybe just the assessment you got to get to. It's like maybe.
Yeah, unfortunately. Like, I can't do 29 games of no effort. Why aren't they? It's like they're look at their numbers. They're 32nd in shots against, 32nd in slot shots, 32nd in rush chances.
Yeah.
Dead last in every single category.
Yeah.
That would speak to a lack of ability and the coach not being able to figure it out. Now, that coach cannot get this team to top 5 in those numbers. No coach ever could. But I think Craig Berube is, again, I feel like deja vu where we were a month and a half ago. Doesn't he have to take some responsibility for this? Like, he's a coach. They're dead last in everything the coach is responsible for. How they stop getting, how do you give up 32nd in rush chances, slot chances,
did you
31st in cycle chances?
Is that the Mike Kelly tweet? Like,
yes,
that is,
but it's not a tweet. It's not an opinion, Noodles. It's
it's
a
facts.
fact.
It's sport logic. I get that stuff sent to me daily.
It's a dead fact.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm saying is, like, I'm not ecstatic with the goalies, the coaches, the players, but I think that, Craig Berube has done a lot of, like, not my problem. This, a lot of not my call. Go talk to that guy. Well, until we do this. Well, what are you doing to get them to do it? Like, is he doing anything? Are they changing anything? Their pairs are always the same. He's got Matthews, like Domi and McMahon on that line. They just can't defend. Unfortunately, they can't.
Wow,
they can't defend.
They're not top line players.
No,
that's
exactly. But then play them. Try to set them up for offensive skill. Like, you got to change something up. I mean, I'm worried that it's going to be past the Bucs season.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
And that's where we're going to get to. That is also going to be tough, I think, for a lot of Leaf fans to digest. Is they're not going to come out and give you a rah-rah Rocky speech. It's not how they operate. It's not how the organization operates. It's not how any of these players are wired.
You talking about the players coming out?
Yeah, I mean, because I've noticed, I wish someone came out and gave a McKinnon this or a McDavid that, or someone came out and snapped, or someone went out and just broke a stick over someone and got suspended.
You got it last night. You got it last night with Matthew Nyes, but that's as close as you're going to get, where he said, I haven't even looked at the standings. I'm not confident that we're going to make it. That's the top of the mountain for that kind of comment.
Like delusional more than anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's
basically, yeah.
And I also don't believe it's true. I think it's another way of just kind of saying, go talk to someone else. I don't know what else to say, but I believe in the room, and I get it. You're going to say I believe in the room, and they got 29 games left and all that. But I'm just saying, if you're bracing for someone to lose it and snap and show that they're so pissed off, that's just not likely to happen here.